Students, hope you are doing great. I'm Dr. Suhas Manjunath. As you all know, we had started with the lecture series on National Institutes. Till now, we have completed BHU and All India Institute of Ayurveda and short lectures on EWS category and CGN quota. I hope it's being helpful for you all. Today, we'll continue with the National Institutes, seeing NIA. In the coming lectures, we'll complete APGTRA Jamnagar, then move on to complete details regarding state government colleges, their fee structure, stipend, as well as the seat matrix under All India quota. Then counseling process and mop up round, how advantage is it to take part in mop up round, etc. Let's start with our lecture for today in NIA. These are the four national institutes, and today we'll see about NIA. NIA, National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur. It is a deemed to be university under De Nova category. It was established in 1976 at Jaipur as an autonomous institute. On 13th of November 2020, it was declared as deemed to be university. As deemed to be university. This is a notification regarding it. It was applied under it was applied for deemed to be university under University Grants Commission UGC Act 1956, and committee was formed with suggestion of starting up of courses like Department of Ayurveda Manuscriptology, Department of Ayur Yoga Preventive Cardiology, Department Mama Chikitsa and Sports Medicine, Department of Vriksha Ayurveda, Department of Ayurveda Diet and Nutrition, Department of Saundarya Ayurveda, and recruits faculty with respect to the departments. Then National Institute of Ayurveda Jaipur Rajasthan was given the status of deemed to be university under De Nova category for a provisional period of 5 years. In the fifth National Ayurveda Day, two announcements were made. First was NIA Jaipur getting the status of De Nova deemed to be university, and second APGTRA getting the status of Institute of National Importance INI. These are some of the FAQs which I would like to answer for today. What is the minimum score required to get into NIA and under a particular department? What is the category wise cutoff rank? How much is a stipend? Can other state students get admission for MD or MS into NIA? Departments available for MS or MD in NIA? What are the other courses offered here? We'll see about NIA, then the number of PG seats and other courses offered by NIA, later with respect to stipend, hostel, etc. And at the last, we'll see the cutoff analysis based upon last year's 2020 APGT. About NIA. NIA hospital block consists of a 300 bedded hospital and also an primary emergency care unit, physiotherapy facilities, etc. It has a library having 23,360 new research publications with 1,676 annual volumes of journals available for reference and research purposes. And the book bank has 4,643 books for distribution for students. The institute has a GMP certified pharmacy for manufacturing various types of medicines required for hospitals and research purposes. It has got its own herbal garden with more than 170 herbs. It has also a manuscript unit set up in the institute to preserve rare scripts, then Samhitas, classical references on Ayurveda. This is a manuscript unit. I have included some of the photographs of NIA. This is a manuscript unit and the manuscripts being displayed. Next is the GMP certified pharmacy of NIA. Herbal garden which has got more than 170 herbs and plants of NIA. NIA has got as an achievement of it holds a record of most number of people receiving NASYA simultaneously on 15th of September 2017. This is one of the notable achievements of NIA. All know about pharmacovigilance and how it works. I would like to give a note on the relation between the national institutes, their work with respect to pharmacovigilance program. Pharmacovigilance of Ayush drugs. The national-wide program under Central Sector Scheme funded by the Ministry of Ayush, New Delhi for Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and homeopathy drugs to establish and manage a database of ADR or adverse drug reaction for developing system-wise database of adverse drug reactions and evolving evidence-based recommendations towards clinical safety of Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and homeopathy drugs. Besides this, the program also undertakes surveillance of objectionable or misleading advertisements. There is a certain hierarchy for this pharmacovigilance program to be working. It has got three levels. First is National Pharmacovigilance Coordination Center, NPVCC, Intermediary Pharmacovigilance Center, IPVCS, and Peripheral Pharmacovigilance Center, PPVCS. Okay, so under National Pharmacovigilance Coordination Center, All India Institute of Ayurveda plays a major role. So IA comes under NPVCC. Under Intermediary Pharmacovigilance Center, it includes 5 of the national institutes across Ayush departments. First is NIA Jaipur, IPGTRA Jamnagar, these both related with Ayurveda. Then coming to National Institute of Unani Medicine, Bengaluru, National Institute of Siddha, Chennai, and National Institute of Homeopathy, Calcutta. These are the 5 which work for as intermediary pharmacovigilance center. The third level is Peripheral Pharmacovigilance Center, PPVCC, and each of the state government colleges work as PPVCS. The working of this hierarchy, I'll add this note in the coming lecture of IPGTRA Jamnagar. This is about the NIA and its relation with pharmacovigilance program. Researcher. NIA has got its own research publishing journal, Journal of Ayurveda, and quarterly peer-reviewed research journal. It encloses editorials, preclinical studies, and clinical studies. I've included some of the research articles in the slide to get an idea. Then I've quoted a site where interested students can go through these research articles, and many more of these are available on www.journayu.in, which is being maintained by National Institute of Ayurveda. This is about the brief introduction regarding the institute. The courses offered by National Institute of Ayurveda. First is PG courses. So PG courses offered here is 14 and the total number of seats is 104. And this 104 seats getting bifurcated into different departments as follows. Agatha Tantra 6 seats, Shalakya Tantra 6 seats, Shalya Tantra 7 seats, Prasuti Tantra evam Stri Roga 7 seats, Swastha Vritta and Yoga 7 seats, Rachana Sharira 7 seats, Panchakarma 7 seats, Kaumara Bhritya 7 seats, Kriya Sharira 8 seats, Dravyaguna 8 seats, Roganidhana 8 seats, Ayurveda Samhita evam Siddhanta 8 seats, Rasa Shastra and Vaishajya Kalpana 9 seats, and Kaya Chikitsa 9 seats. This is about the PG courses and the seat distribution. Certificate courses. First is the Panchakarma certificate course, 10 per batch for a duration of 45 days with a fee of 15,000. Then Panchakarma technician course with 30 slots or seats for a duration of 1 year. Then Ayurvedic beauty course, care course, 15 seats. Standardization of medicinal plants, then 15 per batch. And Kshara Sutra, 10 per batch for a duration of 45 days with a fee of 15,000. These are the certificate courses offered by National Institute of Ayurveda. Coming to the MSc courses, MSc in Ayurveda Diet and Nutrition, Poshanahara, MSc in Ayurveda Manuscriptology, MSc in Ayur Yoga Preventive Cardiology, MSc in Marmology and Sports Medicine, Marma Chikitsa evam Krida Beshaja, MSc in Saundarya Ayurveda, Ayurvedic Cosmetology, MSc in Vriksha Ayurveda. These are the certificate courses and MSc courses offered by NIA. Coming to fee, stipend, etc., according to Ayush Admission Central Counseling Committee, the fee for All India quota candidates are in the first year it is 81,750, second year 54,500, in the third year it is 22,500. Coming to the stipend, first year 42,560, second year 45,600, and third year 48,640 along with daily allowances. These numbers can vary a little but not much. Then hostel facilities available with a monthly hostel dues of up to 1875 per month. This is the notice regarding stipend in IA, IPGTRA and NIA. So we have seen about fee, stipend, etc. Now coming to the cutoff analysis based upon APGT 2020, we'll go category wise. In the first round, under SC category, rank 921 got allotted under Rachana Sharira. Under OBC category, rank 265 got allotted under Kriya Sharira, 258 got allotted under Roga Nidhana, 215 got allotted under Rasa Shastrema Baishajya Kalpana, 198 got allotted under Ayurveda Samhita Evam Siddhanta, 120 got allotted under Panchakarma, 68 got allotted under Panchakarma, 63 got allotted under Kaya Chikitsa, 27 got allotted under Prasuti Tantra Evam Stri Roga, and 7 got allotted under Prasuti Tantra Evam Stri Roga. Coming to general EWS category, under Swasthavrittam, rank 291 got allotted, rank 137 got allotted under Prasuti Tantra Evam Stri Roga, and rank 24 got allotted under Prasuti Tantra Evam Stri Roga. Coming to unreserved category, rank 229 got allotted under Kriya Sharira, rank 223 got allotted under Dravya Guna, rank 145 got allotted under Ayurveda Samhita Evam Siddhanta, rank 91 under Shalakya Tantra, rank 44 under Kaumara Bhritya. This was the first round. Coming to the second round, under ST category, rank 1197 got allotted under Kaya Chikitsa. Under SC category, rank 950 got allotted under Dravya Guna, rank 813 under Agatha Tantra, rank 513 under Kaya Chikitsa, rank 498 under Panchakarma, rank 352 under Shalya Tantra. Coming to OBC category, rank 135 got allotted under Panchakarma. Under OBC PWD category, 5245 fifth rank got allotted for Rasa Shastra Evam Baishajya Kalpana. Under general EWS category, rank 271 got allotted under Kaya Chikitsa. Under general PWD category, rank 3672 got allotted for Rachana Sharira. Under unreserved category, rank 220 got allotted for Roga Nidhana, 210 for Swastha Vritta, and 71 for Shalakya Tantra. This was about the second round. Under ST category, rank 2312 got allotted for Rachana Sharira. Rank 2184 got allotted for Agatha Tantra, 2161 for Shalya Tantra. Coming to SC category, rank 868 got allotted for Rasa Shastra Evam Baishajya Kalpana. Coming to OBC category, rank 477 got allotted under Dravya Guna, rank 315 got allotted under Kriya Sharira, rank 300 got allotted under Swastha Vritta, rank 273 got allotted under Rasa Shastra Evam Baishajya Kalpana, rank 180 got allotted under Kaumara Bhritya. Coming to general EWS category, rank 621 under Rasa Shastra Evam Baishajya Kalpana, rank 488 under Swastha Vritta, rank 406 under Ayurveda Samhita Evam Siddhanta. Coming to general category, rank 401 under Dravya Guna, rank 267 got allotted under Roga Nidhana, rank 222 got allotted under Roga Nidhana, rank 132 got allotted under Kaumara Bhritya. This was the allotment in the last year, and which rank got which department in which round. This was the data. To get into NIA with any of the branches, what should be the minimum rank? Data on the previous slides, we can draw a conclusion that in the first round, rank 921 was the least to get a seat in NIA under SC category. 265 was the least rank to get allotted under OBC category. Rank 291 was the least to get under General EWS category. Rank 229 was the least rank to get allotted under UR category. This is about the first round. Second round, 950 was the least rank to get allotted under SC category. Rank 1197 was the least rank to get allotted under ST category. Rank 220 was the least rank to get under UR category. Coming to the third round, rank 2312 was the least to get allotted under ST category. Rank 868 was the least to get allotted under SC category. Rank 621 to get allotted under General EWS. Rank 477 to get under OBC, and rank 401 was the least rank to get allotted under UR category. So in short, if we combine all of these ranks, we can see that 401 was the least rank to get allotted under UR category, 621 was the least under General EWS, 477 was the least to get under OBC, 950 was the least to get under SC category, and 2312 was the least to get under ST category. If we take this data, it shows that a minimum of 401 rank is necessary to get into any of the departments in NIA if you are a candidate under UR category. If you are under ST category, a minimum of 2312 was the least which got allotted under NIA with respect to any of the departments according to the last year's counseling. Which were the desired branches at NIA in APGT 2020? Coming to the first round, under SC category, for Rachana Sharira, 921 was the least to get allotted. Coming to OBC category, for Kriya Sharira, 265 was the least rank to get allotted. For Roga Nidhana, 258. For Rasha Shastra Evam Vaishajya Kalpana, 215. For Samhita Siddhantam, 198. For Panchakarma, 120. For Kaya Chikitsa, 63. And for Prasuti Tantra Evam Stri Roga, 27 was the least to get allotted under OBC category. Coming to the General EWS category, for Swastha Vritta, 291 was the least rank to get allotted. For Prasuti Tantra Evam Stri Roga, 136 was the least to get allotted. Coming to UR category, for Kriya Sharira, 229 was the least to get allotted. For Dravya Guna, 223 was the least. For Samhita Siddhanta, 145. For Shalakya Tantra, 91. For Kaumara Vritya, 44 rank was the least to get allotted. This was about the first round. Coming to the second round, under SC category, for DG department, 950 was the least to get allotted. For Agadha Tantra, 813 was the least to get allotted. For Kaya Chikitsa, 513 was the least to get allotted. For Panchakarma, 498 was the least to get allotted. For Shalya Tantra, 352 was the least to get allotted. For under ST category, for KC department, 1197 was the least rank to get allotted. Coming to the OBC category, for BK department, 131 was the least to get allotted. And OBC PWD, it got allotted for Rasa Shastra Evam Vaishajya Kalpana for 5245 rank. Coming to General EWS category, for KC department, 271 was the least to get allotted. General PWD got allotted for Rachana Sharira with rank 3672. Under UR category, for Roga Nidhana, 220 was the least rank to get allotted. For Swastha Vritta, 210, and for Shalakya Tantra, 71 was the least rank to get allotted. This was about the round 2. The third round, under SC category, for Rasa Shastra Evam Vaishajya Kalpana, 868 was the least to get allotted. Under ST category, for Rachana Shariram, 312 was the least to get allotted. For Agadha Tantra, 2184 was the least to get allotted. For Shalya Tantra, 2161 was the least. Under OBC category, for Dravya Guna, 477 was the least to get allotted. For Rasa Shastra Evam Vaishajya Kalpana, 273. For Kriya Sharira, 315. For Kaumara Bhritya, 180. and for Swastha Vritta, 300 was the least to get allotted. Coming to general EWS category, for Swastha Vritta, 488 was the least to get allotted. For Rasashastra Evam Vaishajya Kalpana, 621, and for Samhita Siddhanta, 406 was the least to get allotted. Under UR category, for DG department, 401 was the least rank to get allotted. For Roga Nidhana, 267, and for Kaumara Bhritya, 132 was the least rank to get allotted. With this data, we can get a vague idea as to which rank had got allotted for which department according to which category. So if you have got a rank, and you can substitute and get a idea as to you can get which department in this counseling based upon last year's counseling. So this was about the departments which were preferred and what was the cutoff, etc. At the start of the lecture, we had seen few FAQs, and I hope I've answered all of these with sufficient data. I would like to conclude my lecture for today with this. In the coming lectures, we'll see about the remaining National Institute, that is IPGTRA, and other state government colleges in detail about their seat distribution, their stipend fees, etc. and all. Before concluding, I'll finish it with a quote. The best time to start was yesterday, and the next best time is now. So, students, put in your max efforts day by day and keep this going. All the very best.